I feel the more you do something, the better you get at it. At least if you pay attention to all the details. And the more you get better at something, the more you begin to evaluate the gears and the tools that you use in doing that thing. I'm talking about recording in a home studio setup. And one of the major tools that you need in the studio when you're recording in a home studio setup is an audio interface. It interfaces between your hardware and your digital audio workstation, which is your DAW. How the sound goes in there is very important. The conversion, the processing, the gain, the auto gain, which is a new thing right now in this time and the inputs and the outputs. All these things play a vital role in both your recording quality, your workflow, and how long it actually takes you to get actual work done. That's if you're doing anything anyway. So today I was going on YouTube and I saw this new audio interface from this company, Xvive. If you don't know Xvive, they make in-ear monitors, wireless in-ear monitors. They make like wireless guitar stuff, just cool, fun stuff at a very affordable price. I'm not sponsored by them. No money is exchanging hand, but I saw that video on YouTube about their new audio interface, and there was a unique thing that actually caught my attention there, and that's the part where it is extremely expandable, and you can have multiple of that same audio interface without. I'm not talking about CADs or any networking of audio interfaces, like just with an XLR cable. And I think that's groundbreaking technology. And as you have it, they reached out to me and asked if I want to check one out. I'm like, yeah, sure. But all these opinions are mine. Like, yeah, you probably hear that, yada, 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 all that stuff. I'm not paid to do this review, and I'm posting the review based on my own experience with the device. It has nothing to do with the company or anything of that. There's no money exchanging hands. I did get the device, but again, I already have audio interfaces in my studio, so I see a lot of value in that device and I want to check it out today. So let me stop talking. Let's unbox. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player and audio engineer, and I guess a reviewer now. But anyway, I do product reviews, gear guides, and all that good stuff. Yeah, so if you have a small home studio or a recording studio, or you're trying to get yourself into mixing and hardwares or softwares and plugins and all that good stuff, and that's your vibe, you can subscribe to the channel. Feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything, and it's going to be a vibe. Yeah, thank you. Here's the mystery box. I should really get an unboxing table. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I should really get one. I think it's time I get one. This is the unit itself. Got an LED screen on it. You got reverb. That's good. You got 48-volt phantom power, and you can do a face. I'm not sure what that does. So you can have like an instrument in. You can have your monitoring, direct monitoring, and you have your volume knobs, which is very nice response in my opinion. And you have your headphone out as well, so which is really cool. You have separate control. That should be standard right now. Like it's amazing to just have a separate control for your headphones and separate for your monitors. And you have your talkback button. And I believe this is a microphone in front of it. So it's already having those pro features already. You have two reverbs for each of the channel, and I believe this should be the gain knob for your channel 1 and channel 2. I'm not sure if these are high Z inputs, but we'll find out soon enough. And you have two monitors out. They are, I believe they're balanced out, and then more ports. So you can send to more, or you can send more into this, which is explaining the name, the more you, so you have more people connecting to you simultaneously. And one of the features that I like to see in audio interfaces in this time and age, two major things. I want to see an expandable audio interface every time. Expandability is no-brainer at this point, and this has that, which is an ADAT in. So it's already a win for me with this one. It has 8 inputs of ADAT, which is what you find in most high-end audio interfaces these days. You have one power and you have the USB. This could be bus powered, but if you need more power, I think when you're connecting multiple other interfaces with this hub, you might definitely need to power this up as well. So, but then regardless, you should be able to power this with bus power if you're just using only this one. The build itself is reinforced plastic, and it has this softer bottom. It looks like an impact resistance. I'm not sure why that is bouncy the way it is, but it looks like if it falls, you can pick it up. It's plasticky, it's not built with metal or anything of that nature, so you are good here. And this appears to be like a color screen. I'm gonna plug it in and kind of fiddle with it a little bit on the desk much later, but this is the unboxing experience and just kind of an overview. You already have MIDI in and out, which is cool if you're into that stuff, but yeah, that's about it. And you have a nice color screen here, so let's power it on. Oh, and of course you have a power button, which is not a hardware button. I think it's a soft press. Whatever. Oh, you have a 1/4 inch and a 3.5mm headphone jack. I'm not sure if they're separate or they're just the same together, just to save you from adapters that you never could find. Yeah, I'm always losing adapters, so this might be a good thing. All right. So this is the audio interface, and just out of the box, the clean gain that you get from these is amazing. You can hear the floor noise. Right now I'm using an SM7B microphone, talking straight into the microphone and straight into my camera. There's no processing going on. This is what you get. And you have the reverb knob. Right now the audio is coming in at around 3 o'clock here. If I set it up to mid here, this is how much you get from the microphone. And turning it all the way up, you can hear it's starting to clip, and I can just I can turn on direct monitoring, which is what you're listening to right now. Turn it back on. Now you can get the audio from the direct monitoring. The preamp is good quality. I have other audio interfaces here, and I always need some sort of inline booster to kind of utilize with those. This is the compressor from Triton Audio. I will usually have to use this to be able to kind of get enough power out of any audio interface to power the SM7B like I'm using right now. But for this case scenario, I really don't have to do that because this thing has some good gain. So yeah, that's definitely a plus here. And what else do I have? Okay, so you have the reverb knob here. Okay, so you can hear that reverb. It sounds like I'm in the bathroom. Just turn that off over there. What else do we have here? You know what, let me peel this plastic off. This should be satisfying, right? Oh yeah. All right, so we'll peel that off. Now I can see clearly. So you can increase your gain on that channel, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm at like 47 decibels of gain, and I can turn the mix down a little bit at that point. And this thing has a lot of gain down its alley. This is about 60 decibel of gain. It's already, it's already unbearable. So around 45 sounds like, a perfect place where I want to be when it comes to this audio. And I'm really impressed with how clean the audio is. And if I turn the low pass filter, yeah, this is cool. All right, so this what this does is it rolls off that low end, the low rumble for a voice like mine, which is very bassy a little bit. It rolls that off, and if you just want your flat EQ, no EQ whatsoever, and that's what you get, and that's what you can hear right now. This is supposed to be a roll off, but it's like boosting the low end. I don't know. Can you guys hear it? So you can do some phasing here if you're miking a cab, or if you have two microphones, you can correct some phasing issues here as well. And you can have an instrument in here that would be a high Z, or you can turn that off if you're using the microphone like I am using right now. And this is also applicable to the second place. So let's just move around. So you can control which of the outputs you're working with. I'm trying to get this guy to focus. Stay locked here. And so with this knob, you can move around what gain you want to deal with. If I want to increase the gain on channel 1, I can just go here and increase that gain. If it's channel 2, I can go in and increase, but I have nothing connected to that, so I'm just going to turn that off. The noise floor is easily noticeable, like it's right there in your face. And you can control your headphone volume and turn that down, turn it back up, which is what you are hearing from the camera. Like I said, I'm not doing any post-production with this, and it just works. And of course, you have your usual suspect, the 48 volt phantom power, and yeah, the whole interface is just clicky and easy to use, and you can do anything you want basically. Like, you can turn this down on channel 1, turn the mix down for what goes into your audio interface, and go back in here, and there's adjust the gain of what you can hear from your monitoring. And you can turn off direct monitoring by clicking on these as well. And so you can switch between mix actually. So you can have a live mix, main output. Oh, all right. Main left and right output, live mix. Oh, so you can adjust all that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And you also have a talkback mic. If you click on it, you can talk to the rest of the band. Oh, that sounds really cool. And that's with a built-in microphone. I think that just makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's some of the features. I'm sure this definitely has more up its alley, but this is a sound test. It's just a first level. I'll see if they can send me one of the extensions, the other parts to this to use with other with this interface, because this is the main hub. So now you can attach others through just XLR cables, and that's the selling point for me when it comes to this audio interface. That's something that I saw and I really freaking liked. And yeah, here we go. So far, I kind of like what he does. I like the whole architecture. I like the design. It's extremely unique. What I want to do now is kind of play my guitar through it and just kind of see how the preamps respond to a guitar. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just plug into both channels, channel 1 and channel 2, and kind of see how the guitar sounds through it, which could be really cool if you ask me. And yeah, when it comes to con, I really can't find anything wrong with this gear for now. I'm going to use this for a couple of weeks in the studio and just kind of see how this can actually help a workflow. But then again, I think this is directed towards a particular type of studio, not just a home studio setup. It could be in a pro settings, which this will really shine. Having each person being able to manage what audio they hear in terms of rehearsal or recording setup, having their own mix, and the price point at around $220 for an extension, and around $350, $340, $350. It's kind of well priced. Within that price range, you can actually do a whole lot more. So for example, if I want my drummer here to have a different mix compared to what I already have on my own end, I can just send that over to him, have him have his own unit, and then he can adjust his gain, he can adjust reverb, he can do his own mix on his own console and have a custom in-ear mix for himself and not depend on whatever I sent to him from my door, which just kind of simplify your whole setup, and it becomes hardware based instead of software based, which is not something I'm a huge fan of. And connection without network, so you don't need no Dante, you don't need a X7. You don't need all those high-end network connections. You don't need an Ethernet. You don't need none of that. With an Xvive cable, you can link all these together, and you can have multiple channels getting recorded as well as being monitored at the same time. So this is a good unit in my opinion. I really can't find anything wrong with it. The price is just kind of sitting where it's not expensive and it's not cheap either. It's just standing in there. I think your Focusrite is going to set you back around 250 with 2U's here, and with the ADAT in, I don't think you can get any other interface with an ADAT in less than $400. The other ones are way priced above these a little bit, not that much, but this is a value for money. And the fact that this is expandable, I think I've said it like 200 times. I like the expandability. That's one of the cogs that I like here, and this is amazing to me so far. So yeah, I'll reach out to them and see if I can get the other part, the extension part. That will make a whole lot of sense. So yeah, watch out for part 2 of this, and thank you for listening to me. So if you like gears like this, let me know. I will do more reviews, and I'll accept more gears from manufacturers. Just kind of have a non-biased opinion and a first-hand look at the gears before you actually buy them. And so far, from the beginning of this video, you've been hearing this audio. Apart from before I boxed it, ever since I came to this table, you've been hearing the preamp. Let me know how you like it. This is going through my SM7B, and this is the clean gain. And so far it sounds really good to me. Goes straight into the camera, no post-production whatsoever. So if you're a content creator actually, and you need to record directly and monitor at the same time, I think this might just be a cool workflow, because right now this is not even connected to any computer. There's no computer here, there's no preamp here, there's nothing here. It's just straight to the audio interface, straight to my camera, and I think that's a heck of a work setup for me. And thank you for listening to me rant. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player and a reviewer right now, I guess. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Shout out to Xvive for sending me these, by the way.